First, there came to my notice three husky individuals who dusted their seats furiously with their handkerchiefs without regard to hygiene or the brotherhood of men. It gave me no little annoyance that on a such quiet morning, the unpleasant aspects in other people's ways should claim my attention. Was a harmless-looking, middle-aged man in green camisa de chino, with rolled sleeves who must have entered asleep. When I noticed him, he was already snugly entrenched in a corner seat, with his slippered feet comfortably planted on the opposite seat. All the while, his head danced and dangled with the motion of the train. I could not, for the love of me, imagine how he would look like if he were awake. Child of six in the next seat must have shared with me in speculating about the dreams of the sleeping man in green. Was he dreaming of the Second World War or the price of eggs? Had he any worries about the permanent dominion status or the final outcome of the struggle of the masses? Or was it merely the arrangement of the scales on the fighting rooster's eggs that brought that frown on his face?
But the party that most engaged my attention was a family of 8 composed of a short but efficient father, 4 very young children, mother, grandmother, and another woman who must have been the efficient father's sister. They distributed themselves on 4 benches. You know, the kind of seats facing each other so that half of the passengers travel backward. The more I looked at the short but young and efficient father, the shorter his parts looked to me. His movements were fast and short too. He removed his coat, folded it carefully, and slung it to the back of his seat. Then he pulled out his wallet from the hip pocket and counted his money while his wife and the rest of his group watched the ritual without saying a word. Then the short, young, and efficient father stood up and pulled out 2 banana leaf bundles from a bamboo basket and spread out both bundles on one bench, and log luncheon was ready at 10 o'clock. With the efficient father leading the charge, the children, except the baby in his grandmother's arms, began to dig away with little encouragement and aid from the elders. In a short while, the skirmish was over. The enemy, shrimps, omelette, rice, and tomato sauce, were routed out, save for a few shrimps and some rice left for the grandmother to handle in her own style later. Then came the water fetching ritual. The father, with a glass in hand, led the march to the train faucet, followed by 3 children whose faces still showed the marks of a hard-fought battle. In passing between me and the person, then engaged in a casual conversation with me, the short but efficient father made a courteous gesture, which is still good to see in these democratic days. He bent from the hips and dropping both hands made an opening in the air between my collocutor and me, a gesture in which in unspoiled places means, "Excuse me." of the stations where the train stopped, a bent old woman in white boarded the train. As it moved away, the old woman went about the coach, begging, holding every prospective Samaritan by the arm, and stretching forth her gnarled hand in the familiar fashion so distasteful to me at that time. There's something in begging which destroys some fiber in most men. Every time you drop a penny into a beggar's palm, you help degrade a man and make it more difficult for him to rise with dignity. There was something in that beggar's eye which seemed to demand, "Now do your duty," and I did. Willy-nilly I dropped a coin, and thereby filled my life with repulsion. Is this Christianity? Consider the poor. But with what speed did that bent old woman cross the platform into the next coach? While thus engaged in unwholesome thought, I felt myself jerked as the train made the curve to the right. The toddler of the family of 8 lost his balance and caught the short but efficient father off guard. In an instant, all his efficiency was employed in collecting the shrieking toddler from under the seat. The child had, in no time, developed 2 elongated bumps on the head, upon which was applied a moist piece of cloth. There were no reproaches, no words spoken. The discipline of the family was remarkable. Or was it because they considered the head as a minor anatomical appendage and was therefore nor worth the fuss?